Srdačan pozdrav. Olimpijske igre u Tokiju u Japanu kao i paraolimpijske igre u Tokiju u Japanu su u 2020. godini. Ipak, ako želite ići na njih, vjerojatno se već sada pripremate. Upravo zato ovdje smo u japanskom veleposlanstvu u Zagrebu, ne bismo li čuli iz prve ruke kako se Tokio, kako se Japan priprema za olimpijske igre. Poštovanje, lijep pozdrav vam želim. Recite nam, Japan se priprema za olimpijske igre, dobio je olimpijske igre. Kako teku pripreme?
Dobar dan, dobrodošli. Ja sam veleposlanik Japana Takiguchi. And next year is a very important year for Japan and the Japanese peoples. And every preparation is going according to the plan. And so far, we have not heard about any critical problems about the preparation. But having said that, the organizers of the games, according to the Japanese traditional customs, make their effort to prepare every element that should be anticipated, such as, for example, the countermeasures against the hotness or the humidity at the marathon, something like that. Yeah. That is the present situation.
I heard about it. Tokyo had Olympics in 1964, and can you learn from that Olympics in those years what to do best, what to do better?
Oh yeah, the last time it was 1964, some 5 decades ago, and then I was the pupil of the elementary school, but unfortunately I couldn't attend the site, but I watched the TV, and I was very, very excited. And it is said that the 1964 games changed dramatically. Changed the Japan and the Japanese peoples, and namely, to be host the games, improve the Japanese awareness of outside world. Namely, the Olympic Games made the Japanese peoples internationalized. Add to the economy, hosting the games improved the Japanese economy and accelerated its growth. And based on such experiences, we are now preparing for the 2020 games.
Tada ste se možda otvorili svijetu, sada pokazujete se svijetu. Koja je razlika?
In those days, I think that Japan is an insular country, and we were happy within the island. But outside the islands, there are lots of countries, the cultures, religions, not mentioning about the food or something. But anyway, lots of the athletes comes from various countries in 1964. And the Japanese realized there are lots of cultures and food and peoples who are different from our Japanese. And that is the situation in 1964. However, now Japan and the Japanese peoples well recognized about such kind of differences. And based on such differences, the unity is very important indeed. And based on such ideas, through unity of diversity, and the peace should be continued, and society should be flourished. That was one of our ideas. And taking this opportunity, I would like to introduce the three concepts for the 2020 games. The first is the achieving personal best. And through the smooth and perfect preparation, as I said, the preparation and execution of the games, the Tokyo 2020 games aim to deliver an event where every athlete can realize their best performance and achieve their personal best. And the second is thus the point I just mentioned, unity is diversity. Of course, there are lots of differences. However, accepting and respecting such differences, the peace should be established and maintained, and the society should be developed and flourished. And furthermore, the connecting tomorrow, as I said, on the occasion of the 1954 games, there are lots of the happiness for Japan and Japanese peoples, and also the economy was encouraged to grow, and its growth is accelerated. And the Tokyo 2020 games will enable to promote future changes throughout the world and to leave a positive legacy for future generations. These are three concepts for the 2020 games in Tokyo.
Slažem se, spomenuli ste 1964. ponovo. Japanci su manje ili više poznati kao racionalni ljudi. Koliko ćete koristiti objekata izgrađenih 64. a koliko novih objekata gradite?
I think some 40 facilities are prepared for the 2020 games. And there are some 30 facilities out of them in Tokyo. And out of the facilities, the two zones are established. The first zone is the heritage zone, rather inside, inland, and where there are lots of facilities which were built on the occasion of the 1946 games. And some of them are utilized for the 2020 games again, such as the Yoyogi National Stadium, which roof is a very unique roof, and which was used for swimming in 1964, will be used for the stadium for handball.
Very nice.
It's good to be Croatian people might be very interested in,
Yes.
In 2020. And Nippon Budokan, the stadium is, as it was a mecca of Japanese martial arts, Budo. And of course, this Nippon Budokan is used for judo as well as karate in 2020. And the second zone is the Tokyo Bay zone, on the seaside of Tokyo Bay. And in this area, there are several facilities for sports. And some facilities will be refurbished for the 2020 games. And furthermore, new stadiums are under construction. And for example, the Ariake Tennis Park. This the stadium is a mecca for tennis in Japan. And of course, this the Ariake Tennis Park will be used for tennis in 2020. And Ariake Arena is now under construction. And the construction will finish by December this year. And the Ariake Arena will be used for volleyball. And the main stadium, the Olympic Stadium, is now under construction.
Yeah.
At the same the place where the main stadium was built for the 1964 games, and now under construction. And the construction will finish by November this year. This is a totally new one.
Very good.
Yeah. Please enjoy it.
Kako stanovnici Tokija reagiraju na igre? Kako su stanovnici Tokija raspoloženi ili možda malo manje raspoloženi oko igara?
I think the meaning for Japan or Japanese people of the hosting the 2020 games, as a whole of Japan, we would like all of the people in the world, especially Croatian people, to take this opportunity to become more interested in Japan and the Japan society. And if possible, of course, please visit Japan. Japan is a country which has a long history and is proud of the abundant and the variety of cultures, and add to economy. Mm-hmm. Its GDP is the third largest in the world. And therefore, I would like all of the people in the world become more interested in Japan. And I think for the Japanese people, to be host the games is a good opportunity to realize or recognize again the marvelousness of sports. And I do hope that this opportunity could encourage the Japanese people to make effort to approach to one of the big sports countries as Croatia.
Thank you for that. U Tokiju će biti i puno gostiju, puno turista, puno sportaša. Gdje ćete ih sve smjestiti?
Yes. As I said, there will be the two zones. And as to Tokyo-based zones, the new Olympic village is now under construction. And of course, athletes will stay at this village. And as to the other guests or visitors, there are lots of hotels, Japanese-style hotels, and
small rooms.
No, there are lots of varieties, a huge one, small rooms as well, and there are some sobes or the guest rooms, and if you prefer small one, capsule hotels. According to your request, of course, taking into account the prices, you can choose any accommodation in Tokyo. But of course, during the games, lots of the foreign guests will come to Japan, to Tokyo, and it is strongly recommended that you should make the reservation beforehand.
Možete li nam preporučiti nešto? Što biste vi preporučili hrvatskom stanovniku Zagreba koji ide u Tokio na olimpijske igre?
Okay, as to food, of course, I believe that sushi is one of the most popular Japanese food in Croatia. But there are lots of Japanese food. We are proud of the variety of Japanese food. And when you pay lots, and of course you can enjoy the authentic Japanese course menu, from the appetizer, soup, some sashimi, raw fish, or the fried fish and grilled fish and stewed fish, something like that. But it might be a bit expensive, I'm afraid.
Okay.
However, for example, have you heard about gyudon? This is a rice bowl, a bowl of rice with the stewed the beef meat topping. And it costs some 20 kunas. Very cheap, I believe, at some special chain restaurant. You can enjoy it. And furthermore, have you heard about ramen, the Japanese soup noodle?
Oh, yes. Yes.
And at the same time, for example, okonomiyaki, this is a Japanese, the pancake,
Yes.
and the sukiyaki, Japanese beef stew. And for example, the ramen is not, as it were, the high grade, the food originally. However, some ramen restaurants in Japan, in Tokyo, are awarded by Michelin with a star. And such ramen is not so expensive, I believe, some 50 or 60 or 70 kuna or something like that. And you can enjoy the lots of variety of Japanese food in Japan, in Tokyo.
Kako se priviknuti, kako naučiti japansku kulturu? Mi ovdje zapravo manje ili više znamo najviše o samurajima, ali ostalo ne znamo.
Last year is the 25th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Japan and Croatia. And taking this opportunity, the Japanese embassy, they conducted a research how the Croatian people recognize Japan. And according to the result, to be honest, unexpectedly, the 48% of Croatian peoples are very interested in Japan. And some 35% are interested in Japan. And therefore, in total, more than 80% of Croatian peoples very well interested in Japan. And to respond to such the Croatian people's the tendency, the Japanese embassy in Zagreb held lots of the cultural events through a year. And next one is the Japan Week from the 2nd to 8th of March at Westin Hotel. And this year, Japanese food and traditional Japanese group dancing and music,
Perfect.
and tea ceremony, and so on will be performed. And furthermore, the Croatian guests can try it by themselves. And please refer to the homepage or the Facebook of the Japanese embassy, and please join us on this very interesting opportunity.
We will do it. Vratimo se malo sportu. Koje sportove Japanci najviše vole, koje sportove najviše cijene? Očekujete li na nekim natjecanjima možda i manjak karata?
Oh, yes. I'll check the data. According to a research conducted by a Japanese NGO, out of the number of people who answered what they do often play as a sport. Interestingly, most answer is walking.
Walking.
By 20 million. And the next one is bowling.
Okay.
By 19 million, swimming 13 million, golf by 12 million, badminton is 9.3 million, tennis, table tennis by 9 million. And then football, soccer, 7.5 million, and then baseball, 7.3, and so on. Add to the number of professional players, according to some statistics, golf is the most, 5,000 players, and boxing, 3,000 the athletes, and again bowling, 1,000, and then football, soccer, again 1,000, and baseball players, 800, then small wrestling, 700, something. However, I don't think, based on these figures, that we can't explain what the sports are the more popular in Japan. And consider, for example, considering the sports which are often broadcast on TV could be most popular. From this point of view, perhaps baseball is the most popular in Japan. And almost every night from early spring to early autumn, the baseball games are broadcast on TV. And of course, some occasion, the football games are also broadcast. That is the present situation. And other two sumo, for your reference, it is said the sumo is the Japanese national sport. And every 2 months, great tournament is held all over Japan. And during this great tournament is held for 15 days each. And during the tournament, the small tournament is broadcast every day.
Iznenadili ste me. Mislio sam da su judo, karate, bejsbol puno više, ali i to je dobra slika.
Yes, when I junior high school, I played the kendo, Japanese fencing. And when I was a student at university, once I played the karate. Personally, I prefer rather the Japanese martial arts.
Mislite li da, upoznali ste se sa hrvatskim sportom, mislite li da i hrvatski sportaši mogu u Tokiju biti uspješni?
Yes, indeed. 3 years ago in Rio de Janeiro, the Croatia got the 5 gold medals. Taking into account the size of populations, the Japan should have got 150 gold medals because the Japanese population is 30 times as big as yours.
Yes.
But it is definitely impossible. It means how Croatia strong is. Yeah, and after the FIFA World Cup last year, after the World Cup, I bought a Croatian national team's uniform for my grandson with number 10, Modric. The Modric became the most popular football players in Japan as well. And I'm confident that the following the Rio de Janeiro and the World Cup, Croatia could show its presence as a big sports country. And I've heard that in Rio de Janeiro, the discus throw and some rifle and sailing, and the archery and the rowing. And I've heard the Croatia has the excellent athlete in the discus throw and the rowing. And I believe that those excellent athletes will have the excellent result in 2020 too. Having said that, I introduced the three concepts in the 2020 games. Every athlete between us, especially Croatian and Japanese athlete, realize the best performance and achieve their best record. And of course, at the 2020 games, without political element, intriguing, the peace should be maintained. And furthermore, I think it is our responsibility, the rather senior generations, to leave a positive legacy for future generations. I think that is a very important point indeed.
Gospodine veleposlaniče, s ovim prekrasnim riječima na kraju ću završiti i zahvaliti vam se na ovom razgovoru. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Arigato.
Hvala vam.